some of us as leaders, you know, when you hit 20% on your iPhone battery or your Android, if you have one of those, you know, there's like a certain color that pops up. Some leaders only fill up to like 20% and they go right back to the deficit. You have not learned to have a lot of input. You've learned to have a lot of output. And I think there's really a lot of culture in America today that has taught hustle, right? Build it, constantly innovate. Well, every innovation brings its own unique stressors and pressures and anxiety. So if we're innovating to the point that we're dying inside and we never go over the 20%, that's a really unhealthy cycle of leadership. We have to learn to fill up our tank to the full, like weekly, because we get depleted pretty fast. There's so many different, you know, context variables of leadership that happen, people stuff, teaching, the pressure to, you know, teach on camera or go in front of people or read the next book or deal with a leadership or staff situation. There's so many things that happen as pastors that we can't live 20% and below all the time. That leads to a really unhealthy place. We've got to fill up our tanks. And then one more that I think is really, really important. I think that we often focus on the variables in life that we can't control. This is really important for anxiety and stress as a leader. So when I was in a counseling course, I think it was in graduate school, they said, this is something you need to filter through whenever you're meeting with somebody in a counseling situation. Everybody in life has a circle of concern. That's what I'm concerned about, and I usually focus on that the most, but I have no control over. And everybody in life has a circle of control. That's what I'm often unconcerned about, but I do have control over. When it comes to leadership, we tend to focus on the hard situations that we have no control over. We replay it in our mind. It becomes a narrative inside of us, mentally and emotionally. We think about it going to bed at night. We wake up thinking about it. And we tend to invest mentally and emotionally in those variables in life that we can't control, we're concerned about, instead of giving that energy to the things that we can control. There's real stressors in leadership. Sometimes they're things that you can control, right? You can figure out how to navigate them, solve them. Sometimes there are situations like maybe somebody left your church, maybe somebody you used to be really close to, and you know, you broke some sort of ideology and now in 2022, they left your church and they're no longer talking to you anymore. Maybe it's a staffing situation. Figure out, is this something that I can control? If so,
such a good question.
Enter into it immediately. Don't let it sit in you. Obviously, take some time to process through it. Be super Jesus-like in whatever situation it is. Have input on your team. And then ask yourself the things that I can't control, the variables in life that I can't control, how much energy am I pouring into that? And I need to start replacing that energy deficit into the things that I can control. I think that's really important for leaders, especially around anxiety and stress, because our anxiety and stress isn't just we're working a lot, we're caring a lot.
Exactly.
So how can we learn to care, but not carry everything?
That's so smart. So what you're saying, am I hearing you right? You're saying that energy that you expend on stuff that you can't control, it's almost wasting energy. Like you're burning it with no positive outcome even possible.
Exactly. You're expending your mental and emotional output in areas that you can't control. And we do this in all phases and spaces of life. Right? So